At today's resentencing, we're expected to hear testimony from the psychiatrist who was tasked with giving Corey Gregory a psych exam back in June. It's part of the criteria needed to hand down a de facto life sentence to a child. And I spoke with the prosecuting attorney about how it could be possible to give such an exam for a crime that took place nearly 2 decades ago. He told me from his perspective, these exams, when given years later, are an imperfect look in the rearview mirror. But Josh, the idea is to better understand where Corey's brain development may have been 17 years ago at the time of this crime and how it may have played a part into the death of Adrianne.
This morning, we've learned that Corey Gregory is now known as Harley Quinn. She's in the process of a gender-reaffirming transition. From here on, we will refer to the former Corey Gregory as Harley Quinn and use she/her pronouns. NewsAid's David Bowman has been at the courthouse since the gavel dropped at 9:30 this morning. David, what can you tell us about what's happened so far this morning?
Well, Josh, there were several surprising things. You mentioned that Corey Gregory, now known as Harley Quinn, that was the first thing that the judge said as soon as we got started this morning. We were also told by guards that this could take up to 7 hours, and it took about an hour and a half. So lots of several things that were very surprising. One of the things that we've been talking about for weeks is that psych exam that we were looking forward to hearing the results of that was ordered back in June. One of the stipulations needed in order to give a child a de facto life sentence or a sentence of more than 40 years. You'll remember that Corey Gregory, Harley Quinn, was sentenced to 45 years in prison for the murder and concealment of a body of 16-year-old Adrianne Reynolds. So that was placed into as secondary evidence, and the defense had argued that a 20-year sentence would be more appropriate. Shortly after that, Joanna Reynolds, Adrianne's stepmom, took the stand and said that that is just simply not the case, that Adrianne's life is worth more than 20 years. Shortly after that, Corey Gregory, Harley Quinn, took the stand and spoke directly to the Reynolds family. Take a look.
You know, if I could give my life, I would. I'm sorry. I know it doesn't make a difference. I know you will never forgive me, and I would never ask for it because I do not deserve your forgiveness. And every single day, I wish I could bring her back. You know, it never leaves me.